Hi Leo, here is your reading for December. This reading is purely for single Leos. Now, it is a whole different format with completely new questions. I am still getting to grips with this spread myself, so please be patient with me. And also, just before we start the reading, please be aware that these are general readings and they will not resonate with all of you. If it doesn't, please check your moon and rising signs. Now, the first card we have here is the Seven of Swords. The Swords is an air element, Aquarius, Libra and Gemini. And it's all to do with our thoughts and our thinking and the way we communicate. Now, this has fallen within the position of, is there hope of you finding love, okay? The energy with this card is, first of all, I'm not ruling out the potential there for you to meet somebody new in the month of December or maybe beyond. But I feel that for you to make the first steps to meeting somebody new, you're having difficulty with that. There's a blockage there, okay? And the blockage I feel is more mentally, how you are feeling mentally in regards to meeting somebody new and a new relationship. It may require you to kind of break free from old habits in order to overcome these blockages, okay? There may be old ways of doing things in terms of meeting somebody new that need to be changed, or you may be getting over something that's happened to you, possibly from your past relationship, and that could be creating a blockage. But overall, there is potential there for you to meet somebody new. But I just feel at the moment you are struggling to make the first steps to maybe make yourself open and available to that. Now, the next card we have more swords energy here. So still all to do with your thoughts, okay? So I feel a lot of you are really in your head in this month of December. We have the Two of Swords. Now, the two is always to do normally with decisions, okay? And choices. Now, this has fallen within the position of, will the new love be similar to your past loves? Now, again, we see this Two of Swords, it is reversed, okay? And I feel that for you, possibly in your previous relationships or relationship, some of you may have felt a bit like the dumping ground. Maybe your ex-partner, I don't know, maybe they burdened you with all their troubles, okay? Or maybe they expected you to be the peacemaker. Maybe you was the one that was always required to make everything right within that relationship. And maybe your ex-partner always offloaded all their troubles and woes onto you, but maybe you felt that you wasn't able to do that with them. It can talk as well, this card, about feeling overwhelmed by others' points of views. So I feel definitely for you in your previous relationship, there may have been lots of disagreements. There may have been lies. As I said, you may have felt a bit like the dumping ground or having to be the peacemaker. And you may have felt very much overwhelmed mentally by your ex-partner's point of views. Now, the position this has fallen in tells me that, first of all, that yes, this is how your past relationship was for some of you, and that any new relationship has the potential of being very different and very opposite to this. But also, what this tells me is that the way what's gone on in this past relationship for some of you and the way it made you feel could be why there's blockages there now. That maybe you are fearful of entering a new relationship because the way the past relationship made you feel. And maybe some of you, are having difficulty moving on from that and are maybe fearful of entering a new relationship whereby that new person may very well be like your old your ex, okay? Because it is negative energy here with this Two of Swords. As I said, it talks about hidden lies, It talks about feeling like the dumping ground, feeling overwhelmed, having to, disagreements, having to be the peacemaker. So I feel for a lot of you, there was this real negative energy within your past relationship. And I think that negative energy is still with you now. And it's creating this blockage with some of you in order for you to make the first step into meeting somebody new. Now, up here, in the terms of will the relationship feel safe and secure, we have here the Eight of Cups. Now, the Cups is water energy, Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer. And the Cups talks of our feelings and our emotions. This is a card about withdrawal, about escape, about disappointment, about walking away. And again, I feel this is how you may very well be feeling. You may very well feel the need to withdraw at the moment from any kind of relationship. You may feel so much disappointment for the way your past relationship ended and worked out that you may want that withdrawal period, that escaping, whereby you may not feel that you're ready to be in a new relationship with somebody else at the moment. That you may very well feel the need to be on your own, to work things out within your own mind, to get things clear within your own feelings and your own emotions. This card can be very much as well about trying to find the deeper meaning of life. And, what it is that's going to fulfill you more on an emotional level. And in order to work that out, you may need to withdraw for a while. And not be so open to entering new relationships. It may not be something that you feel you are able to cope with at the moment. Now down here, in will there be commitment within the relationship? Now we have the Eight of Wands here. We have your own energy here, okay? The Wands is fire energy for yourself, Leo, as well as Aries and Sagittarius. Now, the Wands is all to do with our actions, okay? And the Eight of Wands often talks of communication, okay, that comes in quickly and sometimes unexpectedly. When it's like this, it can show delays, okay? And it can also focus sometimes, this energy, on, and, you know, I don't want to focus on your ex-partner, but the thing within this, the cards you have here at the moment, there's definitely a blockage, and the blockage is relating to this past relationship. And you're not opening yourself up to the possibility, I feel, of meeting somebody new. And I think for a lot of you, you were very committed to this past relationship. And I think for a lot of you, you probably made that relationship and that person your everything, your world. And I think that's why you may be struggling now to enter a new relationship and open yourself up. Because I think for a lot of you, you gave so much of yourself to your ex-partner. And, you know, they probably let you down. They were the ones maybe that ended this relationship. And I think you're fearful now in committing to another relationship because of what's happened within this past relationship. But you're going to need to let that go. Now, as I said, for you to let that negativity from that relationship go, it may require you in the month of December to withdraw, to escape, to kind of go off and gather your thoughts and heal yourself on an emotional level. So then, that say, you know, January, the start of a whole brand new year, that you then will feel emotionally ready to enter a new relationship. Now up here, in the position of is marriage a possibility within this relationship, we have here the Hermit card. Now, the last reading I just did was for Cancer, and they had exactly the same card in exactly the same position. Now, again, the Hermit card is about going internally. It's a very similar energy to me as with the Eight of Cups. This man, his path is brightly lit by this lamp. He can see the way forward, but he's looking down, which indicates his need to go inside to gain wisdom, to gain knowledge, and to heal himself. And I think this is very much how the reading for Cancer has played out for the month of December. Is very similar to your reading, okay? There's a need here to go deep within yourself during the month of December. As I said, this is like an enforced isolation, where you feel the need to go deep within yourself to find the answers that you're looking for. Nobody else can help you here. Nobody else can tell you what to do. Nobody else can give you the answers or the knowledge that you're seeking. The only one that can do that is you. And by trying to do that, you may very well need to go deep within yourself to find the answers that you're looking for. Now, in the position of will the relationship be lasting and fruitful, we have here more of your own energy, with the Seven of Wands, okay? Now, the Seven of Wands, it talks about challenges, this card. And, you know, if you look at this man, he looks physically challenged, okay? And it can talk about heavy challenges here. But with the heavy challenges, there is great possibility to succeed. And I feel most definitely for the majority of you that the month of December, there may be some challenges for you, physically and mentally, internally and externally, regarding whatever blockages are holding you back from entering a new relationship. But the thing with this card is that although there's challenges, it's about facing those challenges, persevering, and then you can overcome those challenges. And to overcome those challenges, as I said, it may need you to take on the energy of the Hermit. It may require you to take on the energy of the Eight of Cups. But with perseverance, you can overcome whatever these challenges are. Whatever these blockages are, you can break them down. But I think it's going to take that month of December for you to do so. Now, the question here with the outcome card in this format is what can be done for you to find true love? Now, here we have the Strength card. The Strength card is the card for Leo. So we have your own card here, okay? It is a major arcana. So it is a major message. The thing with the Strength card is about having a loss of self-esteem or confidence, feeling not good enough. And I think in order for you, and also it can talk about retreating, okay, and surrendering to opposition. Now, as I already said, with this Two of Swords energy here, it is possible that for some of you, your previous partner, as I said, made you feel a bit like the dumping ground. Now, that's not going to apply to all of you, but for some of you, it will. And that may very well have knocked your self-esteem and your self-confidence. And it may have left you feeling that you're not good enough for anybody, but you are. You know, you need to get back to that real fiery Leo. This person here who has the strength mentally and physically to overcome any challenges and obstacles. Because you are a fire sign, and fire signs are, you know, they're determined, they're forceful, they're courageous, and that's what you need to get back, Leo. Don't allow anybody to make you feel like a dumping ground. Don't allow other people's actions to lessen your self-esteem and confidence and leave you feeling that you're not good enough, because you are. And I think in the month of December, you are going to have to get your self-confidence and self-esteem back. And by doing so, it's going to put you in a much more positive frame of mind and a much more positive position in order to be moving on and meeting somebody new. Because there's definitely potential there for you to meet somebody new. But I think it's your negativity and your mindset which is possibly related to your past relationship that is creating these blockages there. And I think as I said, if you get your self-esteem back and your self-confidence back and your determination back, and don't allow anybody to make you feel less of a person, then you will have the potential there to, start 2017 on the right foot and be open then to meeting somebody new. So if you need to use this last month of this year to heal yourself, to regain your confidence and self-esteem, then do so. So then you are then ready to be that fiery Leo again in the month of January and start the new year full of self-esteem and full of self-confidence. And ready then to move on and meet somebody new who doesn't make you feel less of a person. So Leo, that does conclude your reading. It may have felt slightly negative, but to me, there was a lot of positivity here. And I just feel that you just need to use, as I said, this last month of this year to heal yourself and to regain your strength again. And then I think 2017 will open up lots of new possibilities for you to be able to meet somebody new. So, as I said, this is a new format. If you have liked this format and the questions that I ask with each card, then please give it the thumbs up. If you don't like it, then please by all means give it the thumbs down. If you wish to leave a comment, that's great, and I will make sure I reply to you. As I said, it is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with all of you, but I hope it will resonate with some of you, okay? If it doesn't, like I said previously, please check your moon and rising signs. Now, I'll be back again really soon to do the relationship reading for Leos, for the Leos that are already in a committed relationship. So until then, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I really do hope that you've liked this video. Thank you. Bye.